Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So I have the square root of 7 to the power of the square root of 12 plus the square root of x is equal to 49. Now this problem looks very tricky, but if you actually know a couple of simple tricks, then this problem will be really easy. So first off, we have the square root of 7 here. And any number in a square root, let's say we have square root of x, square root of x, this is equal to x to the power of 1/2. So the square root of any number is that number to the power of 1/2. So the square root of 7, this is equal to 7 to the power of 1/2. So now if I replace 7 with the square root of 7, I get 7 to the power of 1/2 times the square root of 12 plus root x is equal to 49. Now 49 here, this is equal to 7 squared. So now I have 7 to the power of 1/2 times the square root of 12 plus root x is equal to 7 squared. And now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, then this means that m is equal to n. So right here, notice how these two terms have the same bases. We both have 7 as our bases. So because they both have the same bases and because they are both equal to each other, this means that the exponents are equal to each other as well. So now our exponents here are 1/2 times the square root of 12 plus the square root of x and 2. So now I'll set them equal to each other. So we have 1/2 times the square root of 12 plus root x is equal to 2. And now, as you see, we have a simple equation to solve. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply both sides by 2. So now I have 2 times 1/2 times the square root of 12 plus the square root of x is equal to 2 times 2. Now, any number times its reciprocal, which is 1 over that number, is simply 1. So 2 times 1/2 would simply just be 1. So I have 1 times the square root of 12 plus the square root of x. And this is equal to 2 times 2 is simply 4. And 1 times any number is itself. So 1 times 12 plus root x is simply just 12 plus root x. This is equal to 4. Now, as you see, we have this square root here, and I want to get rid of it. And the only way to get rid of a square root is to simply square the square root, because a square cancels out with a square root. Because remember, a square root is simply that number to the power of 1/2. And remember, 2 times 1/2, well, these two are reciprocals, so they would simply equal 1. So to get rid of this square root, I'm going to square both sides. So now these two will cancel out, and I have 12 plus the square root of x is equal to 4 squared, which is equal to 16. Now I can subtract 12 on both sides. So I have the square root of x, because these two cancel out, is equal to 16 minus 12 is 4. Alright, so remember, we have another square root here, and the only way to get rid of it is to square both sides. So now again, I'm going to square both sides to get rid of this square root. And now these two cancel out. So I have x is equal to 4 squared is 16. So 16 is our value for x. Okay, so now that we have our value for x, let's go ahead and plugging in to our original equation and see if it's right. So to check, we can go up. Our original equation is the square root of 7 to the power of square root of 12 plus the square root of x is equal to 49. So the square root of 7 to the power of the square root of 12 plus the square root of x is equal to 49. Now remember, x, this is equal to 16. So if I plug in 16 for x, I get the square root of 7 to the power of the square root of 12 plus the square root of 16 is equal to 49. Now the square root of 16, this is actually equal to 4. So I have the square root of 7 and the square root of to the power of the square root of 12 plus 4. And I know many of you out there have learned that the square root of 16 is equal to 4 or negative 4. However, when we are writing this, we only say 4. We do not say negative 4. Even though negative 4 squared is still equal to 16, the square root of 16 is still only positive 4. So now I have the square root of 7 to the power of the square root of 12 plus 4 is equal to 49. 12 plus 4 is 16, so I have the square root of 7 to the power of the square root of 16 is equal to 49. And the square root of 16, again, it's only 4, not negative 4. So now I have the square root of 7 to the power of 4 is equal to 49. Now I can simplify the square root of 7 to 7 to the power of 1/2 times 4 is equal to 49. And 1/2 times 4, that is simply 2. So I have 7 squared is equal to 49. And 7 squared is, in fact, 49. So 49 is equal to 49. And because this is right, our solution is right as well. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 2 to the power of 9 minus 2 to the power of 8 equals 4 to the power of x. Now what I'm first going to do is I'm going to rewrite 2 to the power of 9 as 2 to the power of 8 times 2 to the power of 1. Because remember, if we have a to the power of x times a to the power of y, this is equal to a to the power of x plus y. And I'm still subtracting this with 2 to the power of 8. And this is equal to 4 to the power of x. Now, since we have two terms with 2 to the power of 8, what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor 2 to the 8 out of this expression. So now 2 to the power of 8 divided by, if we take out 2 to the power of 8 from 2 to the power of 8 times 2 to the power of 1, we're simply just left with 2 to the power of 1, which is the same thing as 2, and minus 2 to the power of 8 divided by 2 to the power of 8 is 1. And this is still equal to 4 to the power of x. Now 2 minus 1 is simply 1. So 2 to the power of 8 times 1 equals 4 to the power of x. Now 4 to the power of x, this can actually be rewritten as 2 squared to the power of x. All we did was we replaced 4 with 2 squared. And this is equal to 2 to the power of 8 times 1 is simply just 2 to the power of 8. Now, an important property of exponents is that if we have a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x, this is equal to 2 to the power of 2 times x, which is the same thing as 2x. And this is still equal to 2 to the power of 8. Now, because we have the same bases, then that must mean our exponents here, these two must be the same as well, because this equation would not be true if these exponents are different, meaning that our exponents are the same, meaning a equals 2x. And now, as you can see, we have a simple equation, and we just want to solve for x now. So if we divide by 2 on both sides, these two cancel out, and we get 8 divided by 2 equals x, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So x equals 4. And this is our answer.